One of the things that customers appreciate very much about QRadar is its ability to combine multiple offenses into a single one when it finds commonality. For example, they come from the same source IP or destination IP or have the same username or any other field that is common to all those offenses and events. It combines them into a single one. Let's take a look at this one, for example, as we can actually hover over and see some of detail, or we can just click on it to see the full thing. Take a look at that combination of things, potentially successful exploit preceded by scanner of a database, chat, a lot of data going out, communication with malware hosts, etc. As we have done before, when we want to understand why a rule fired, probably the best way is actually to go and display the rules. So go here, display rules, and we can actually see the rules that fire. And all these actually have been combined into that single event. So we can see, for example, this one. This one basically says, and actually that comes with QRadar by preset, so we didn't have to do this one. It's basically when it detects the behavior of backdoors and Trojans, and you need to know which those are. QRadar knows it and keeps being updated on that building block category. That's the BB, and it is followed by some sort of firewall accept, and same with the same source IP within 10 minutes. Well, that is something that is of a concern. But that's not the only concern. I mean, as we saw before, there are all these others. So we can see, for example, this one. Basically, it's another way of saying that a lot of data went out. It's basically from any domain, we get more than 200,000 bytes and at least 10 flows with the same source and destination IP and port in 12 minutes. And the connection is local to remote, and the traffic is mostly going outbound. That's a lot of traffic going out. I mean, so we want an offense that fire into that. So QRadar combines all those and show me that's a very single event. Instead of me seeing 82 logs and almost 2,000 flows, we get all that nicely condensed into one. Another example of that is actually there's one about a jailbroken phone. This one. So one way of really knowing whether a phone has been jailbroken is well, if it communicates with a malware site and or if it goes to the CDA, the clone of the App Store or the App Store that people that jailbreak their phone go to get application apps for free, which is a very easy way of getting infected and bypassing Apple's security. So we want to see basically if somebody is in our organization with an iPhone in that condition. But this is a very simple rule that we created for that. Basically, the user is within the wireless network. There's any communication on port 53, which is the DNS, so it's looking for services. And the flow or destination payload, look at that, the capability of looking inside the payload. In the first part of the payload contains that word of that basically that rock app store. And actually one thing that also happened is that when we were looking for that, QRadar combined that one with the X-Force detecting that there has been communication to a malware site. So not only the person is using a phone that is jailbroken, is going to that rogue app store, but it's actually communicated with the site with malware.